Good morning. This is Saturday the 1st of April, 2023. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. There's my first amaryllis opened up and blooming. There's a lot of them out in the bed here. They should be pretty in another week. We've got a lot of sunflowers coming up there under the bird feeder. And we got the trap set again. Something was after knocked the bird feeder down. Knocked it crooked. So it's a pretty spring morning. I had to replant the morning glories. They all died. This is the top of this third shed. Pine straw's not too bad, but I have to take it sideways because we can't brush it off on the greenhouse. So, time to get to work.
How's the weather up there?
Well, about the same as down there. You saw the before, now this is the after. It's all raked off and swept. Still got to get it off the greenhouse down there where I swept it over. It'll come off easy. So, this roof is done. This other one, oh, there's a camellia out there. He's safe from George. This one's clean. Didn't have to do anything much to it. We got one trailer full. We had this one building left to do. This flat roof above the wood pile, wood shed. But we can't climb on it. It's not strong enough, so I have to reach over and pull it back. This other side here I can just rake off. Larry's already got part of it. Larry said that he didn't roll all that up, that the wind did. So there's not much up here. It won't take long. A little bit of moss. Won't take long at all. This roof is done. I didn't try to get it all because I don't want to rake the gravel off. This roof is so old, it'll probably start leaking about any time. So just got the most of it off. This is the other side of the roof we have to do yet. That's above the wood piles. It's harder. You got to take a hoe and pull it back because you can't get on it. Just pull all that back. And so we're leaving that for another day. It's warm enough Larry's not wearing his flannel shirt. Larry's putting it around the blueberries. Blueberries like pine straw, the acidity. This part's harder than cleaning the roof off because this you got to lift. The rake you can just push it. This has got to be lifted. We planted our hibiscus out here the other day. That pot and dirt and plant was just too heavy for us to move back and forth to North Carolina. So we planted it out here in the ground. You can see it's got buds on it. Blooming. It seems to be doing all right. It always has yellow leaves all year. But it's supposed to rain this afternoon or evening, so that'll be good on it. We watered it in good when we planted it. We got 5 eggs yesterday, so they're doing pretty good. There's this chicken yours. I planted more morning glories here in my urn, 1/4 inch deep. It says it takes 10 to 14 days for them to germinate. So it's windy today. It's windy today and it's supposed to rain, so that'll be good. This is Palm Sunday and we're on our way to Sunday school and church. And we've got a hitchhiker. There's a little camellia there on the hood of the truck. We're here at church. Still looks the same. most of the caterpillars that were here on the side of the house have left. And you saw them in my last video, hundreds of them, but now there's just a tiny bit here and there. I transplanted 4 o'clocks out by the entrance to the driveway, and I got this bucket to water them in, and look what's down in the bucket. It was just setting up against the house. Larry's got a nice place to dump the caterpillars.
Got to build them better fire though. Just a second.
That should take care of that now.
Yeah.
Pretty much. These 4 o'clocks were coming up in the garden or by the garden, so I transplanted them out here by the entrance fence. Got 4 little ones. Some of them are just little, and it's bigger ones. And over here I think I've got 3. There's one. There's one. That one had a big root on it. They're right here by the entrance. I just watered them in. We had them there a few years ago and they were pretty, but I think the drought killed them. My columbine right here in the corner are ready to open up. This is another plant. It's going to be open any time now. This is Tuesday morning and we have a possum in our trap. Looks like he's washing his face. Right there under this bird feeder. And there he is. He looks like a young one. We're getting ready to go turn him loose. Don't let him bite you. There, now. Here I go.
Don't kick it.
Oh no, I'm just...
There's a caterpillar.
There he goes. Well, my bread is all done, so as soon as it cools a little bit, we can slice it. We're here at Wally World. We need to get a few things, not too much. I think that every time I don't need much and I come out with a cart full. Well, the time has come to dig these potatoes here in the raised bed. So that's what we're doing. Right there's what we got so far. Nice ones. My battery died and I had to go get a new one. I see Parmesan potatoes in our future. We were getting low on potatoes and now we got enough to last a while. Those will be good.
What are we going to plant here?
Sweet potatoes.
Oh, okay.
I guess this is a 2-hat day.
Must be.
Well, you got one for sun and one for gnats. Larry dug the potatoes in one side of the greenhouse this morning. This is Friday, April the 7th. And I weighed them, and including the basket, it's 11 pounds, 6 ounces. So we got 10 pounds of potatoes there, out of one side of the greenhouse. I weeded the onions yesterday, and this morning I put calcium nitrate and fish meal all around them. I did that while Larry was digging potatoes, and then I got all the weeds out of the garlic. There's our beans are growing. I got all the weeds out of these flowers yesterday. And my miniature roses starting to look very pretty. Still covered with buds. So I still got this patch left to do. This is just around the asparagus. This is the garden after I got done weeding it this morning. I got all the weeds out from around the flowers, and they're getting ready to bloom. My miniature rose is covered with buds. Got all the weeds out from around the asparagus, and here out of the rutabagas. And the beans are growing. It's supposed to rain after a while this evening, so everything will look good. Larry tilled down through there to get rid of the other weeds. So everything's in good shape. Little yellow flowers are starting to bloom. Little yellow flowers are starting to bloom. And the purple ones here that looks kind of like an aster have a lot of buds. They're going to be pretty. Here's a close-up of one of my roses. It's 7 o'clock and there's a dark cloud there. We're supposed to get rain. I think it's coming any minute now. Oh, that cool air feels good. Good morning. This is Thursday, April the 13th. I've been down with a cold since Good Friday, so we missed the Easter service and everything. And
turn with us to Matthew chapter number 28. Matthew 28. We are going to read, since today is the glorious day of Easter, we are going to read what we might consider to be that Easter story. And I can't say enough that this is the greatest holiday that any truly believing Christian could celebrate, is the resurrection of our Savior. Because without that, nothing else matters.
Larry has a sinus infection, so neither one of us have been doing much. Well, Larry hoed in the garden yesterday and fertilized the corn. I watered in the greenhouse. But anyway, we caught this wild cat. We trapped it in the live trap, and I called the animal shelter yesterday, and I was able to get it into the NR, let's see, it's a TNR, Trap, Neuter, and Release program. Normally there's a 3-month wait, but they had they had a cancellation, so they went ahead and took it. So instead of having to wait 3 months, they went ahead and neutered it yesterday, and so Larry's gone to pick it up, and then we're going to release it. So he went without me to get the cat, and then he's going to come back and pick me up, and we're going to take it and release it. Okay. There's the kitty that we caught. We're getting ready to turn him loose.
Look out now. God dang it. Come on. Go.
There he goes. He was neutered and got rabies shot and another shot and chips, I think. So, have a good life. We're at a different swamp because the other one, the road was too bad, so this one's on a different back road, but it's paved so we could get here. When Larry went to town yesterday for his doctor's appointment, he brought me these pretty flowers home. They're so pretty. I got them in a vase here in the room. I've been staying in the TV room and he's been staying in the living room so we don't give each other germs. George is laying on the trailer. You can see one paw and one ear tip. Larry's working on his battery chainsaw, sharpened the chain so he can cut the dead limb out of the grandfather's beard. That whole side of the tree there is dead.
Well, it's green down there. I'm gonna cut it anyway,
Yeah.
because I know the other's dead. It's probably dying though.
There it is. Cutting up the pieces. Well, here it is all cleaned up.
Just the top.
This is Friday afternoon and we are getting rain. Pouring off the house down there. Oh, look at all my amaryllis blooming. Pouring off the house. Going down, hitting the block down there. And then it flows on down into the yard. This is looking out the kitchen door, and you can see how hard it is coming down there in the pool. But it was even harder a few minutes ago. Well, we got 5 eggs again today. So, the hens are doing pretty good. 5's our limit this year so far. Don't think we've got 6 yet. We bought this pineapple at Food Lion over a week ago, and it's just been sitting here. We're waiting on it to get ripe, so Larry's going to go ahead and cut it up now. I'll show you how he does it. Decided we wanted to wash it off to start with.
We'll plant that. I'll have to rinse it after I cut it, I think. You got the bucket in here?
Mm-hmm.
Probably put it down there.
Okay. Bucket.
Okay, starting each end to start with. Still a little green at the top, so take another slice. And that ought to be starting to getting good down here now. And then we cut the corners. Try to get as many seeds as you can. You always have a few. Now to trim it up a little bit. Just get some more of them seeds out of there. It won't hurt you, but Makes it look better. Okay, that's about it. I always leave a few seeds on there, it doesn't hurt anything. Chickens are like this. They're like anything. I need to rinse it off. Wash the board off. Cut it up about, what do you want, about thirds? Half?
Like a half inch?
About like a half an inch.
About like a slice out of a can.
Yeah. This is a small one. We used to get some real big ones, but this is all we need for two of us.
I guess we can have it for lunch with some cottage cheese
Oh yeah,
and lettuce.
I like that. Get some lettuce out in the garden. Now we just wring it. Take a smaller knife. Get rid of that hard place in the middle. They have some things you can punch the holes in there, but this ain't too bad. Doesn't look as pretty as the ones that comes out of the can, even, but that's all right. It's fresh, and I think it tastes better especially when they're ripe like that. That center's pretty hard. Now we just cut them up in chunks. And it's so ripe it's just falling apart. Just kind of quarter it. That's about it.
Want to eat a bite and see what it tastes like?
Yeah. Try it. Mm-mm. Good and juicy and really sweet. I'll have to try one more.
I thought I'd end this video with look at my flowers, the amaryllis. I've got the white ones with the red stripes on this side and then all red on the other. The pansies are still pretty. The geranium is growing. And I got portulaca coming up with pansies. Daisies will be blooming before too long. Just a lot of amaryllis here. They've got 4 blossoms on them. We never got the Yopon holly trimmed back, so it's kind of grown over the amaryllis. Oh, and my morning glories are come up. There's 4 there. Maybe some more will come up. I planted a lot more than that. There's some of these are not blooming because I just planted them last year. They got bulbs got to grow a little more. There's more. 2 more down there. It's going to open. Back there's my columbine. It's really blooming now. I guess that's it for this 2 weeks. Maybe we'll have a little more next time. Being sick for a week kind of cut down on what we could do. Good night. God bless.